Good afternoon, everybody. It's Coda back here from Amazing ATS, and we do have Coast to Coast back in. I had said I was going to do this, and today we're going to be featuring Shaffer Trucking and Crete Carrier Corporation. Shaffer is the refrigerated version of Crete. The companies did combine. They are located out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Right now we are sitting down here in the Big D, Dallas, Texas. I've got our first load ready, and we are going on quite a trip today. We are going all the way up to Burlington, Vermont. And I do have the truck limiter on, since these trucks pretty much don't go faster than 65 miles an hour or so in the real world. And we do have fatigue simulation enabled also. And our current load, we do need to get up to Burlington between 8:01 Friday and 12:11 on Saturday. And right now it is Tuesday afternoon down here in the Big D. So without any further waiting, we're going to climb in, get the truck started, and get going. And give me one moment here, guys. I do want to make sure that chat is working. All right, looks like it is, so we are ready to go. That's actually typical. FedRex is at it again. 1 second here, guys. I cannot see that chat. I just gotta scroll my chat window down. Hey, Curtly, how's it going? I'm glad I can finally see your message now. Hey, Valerie, how's it going? Happy Saturday to you. And the map that we're on right now is currently coast to coast. We just left out of Texas. We're hitting Arkansas. This load is going up to Burlington, Vermont. The truck and the skin today on the trailer is Shaffer Trucking. And we do have the full simulation effect. So I do have fatigue simulation on. I've got the air brake simulation, and we've also got realistic fuel consumption on also. So there's going to be absolutely no cheating, and the truck is governed to 65 miles per hour, just like they are in real life. What's underneath the hood is a 630 horsepower Cat C18. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that is in this truck that is not going to be in a actual company truck. Most company trucks, they keep their trucks anywhere from 500 to 550 on the horsepower scale, and majority of trucks these days are going to automatics. I do have an 18-speed in this one. Iron Man, how's it going? You can download the Coast to Coast map mod by visiting the SCS forums. That would be forum.scssoft.com, and just search for Coast to Coast. On the first page of the thread, there are going to be two options for this map mod. First option is if you do not have the New Mexico DLC. The second option will be if you have the New Mexico DLC. Of course, I do have New Mexico, so that is the version that I'm running today is without New Mexico. I have not gotten it yet, Iron Man. Yep, just coast to coast. I am going to add Viva La Mexico and probably Canada Dream in the future. Yeah, sadly, this company truck is no Prius pummeler like my 389 is. Oh, I still got a couple of days to go, but yeah, it will probably be early sometime next year. Yes, they are the same company. Before, back when I drove, these were two different companies, but they have combined. Shaffer is the refrigerated division. Creek Carrier is the dry van division. Shaffer trucking today, Iron Man. Whoops, and I still cannot drive from that outside camera. Yes, I do have fatigue simulation enabled. Well, the guy who created this truck recently did the Crete version of this also, and he's got some requests in there, but Well Companies was another one that was requested. And on the Steam Workshop page, which is where I got this Shaffer trucking at, I requested for Martin Transport, which is the company that my brother drives for. There is neither main Valerie. They're both the exact same company, controlled by the same people. It's just the Shaffer is the reefer division, and the Crete carrier is Crete carrier is the dry box division. And this company driver almost took a wrong turn. Yeah, sadly with the GPS, in this one they've actually zoomed it out a little bit, so for me I'm used to it not being this far out, so that's why I kind of almost missed this turn. And the skins, but I have ran across those before. They're for a modded trailer. It's not for the stock in-game trailers. And even the HUD GPS is the exact same way. I used to run that mod, actually, Valerie. That's just the name of the load. They just say general freight instead of having something specific. One I have been using is the Real Companies along with Real Gas Stations. There's actually 8 mods combined into one for this one. I'm probably going to end up getting that Real Company trailer pack again, just so I can have a variation. I haven't used it since 1.29 came out because it actually caused the game to crash. And that was 2.4 that I was using. It looks like it's been updated to 2.5 for it to work on 1.29. Hey, Graham, how's it going? A long time no see. How you been? Welcome to Tennessee. Oh, I haven't been streaming a whole lot lately either because of the holidays. I am not going to jump back into multiplayer until they get off their butts and get it updated. And for me, I'm not going to waste bandwidth to download, to roll back to 1.29.1.1. And it's pretty sad, in my opinion, that Truckers MP only has one developer for ATS. And it's a college-age kid who really is probably not doing his job. Now, I understand that he had exams, but Christmas week, if you were in college the week before Christmas, you were already out of school. Richard, how's it going? Welcome to the stream this afternoon. It's the same horn as always, Valerie. It's the train horn. Once MP gets updated, I will jump back in there and start playing it, but until then, I'm not going to waste my bandwidth to be downgrading and upgrading all the time. couple of hours here, we're probably going to have to pull over and grab ourselves some sleep. We started driving about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Here it is 11 o'clock at night. So we've got a 11-hour drive day. So roughly about 1 o'clock in the morning, we're going to have to stop. It's the Sound Fixes pack that I'm using that replaces that horn with the train horn sound. Once Truckers MP gets updated, Grim, I will be doing a convoy. Yeah, the G29 wheel is good. I am perfectly happy with my T150. I don't have any problems with the force feedback. I've heard some rumblings though with the G29 that the force feedback is not the greatest. Did you order the Tech Affliction one? Awesome sauce. Both the 389 and the W9 are good, Valerie. Yeah, keep them both actually, and then when you want to drive one or the other, you don't have to rebuy the truck. That's as long as you have the garage space, of course. Yeah, he got a bunch of orders on Black Friday and leading into Christmas that he was not expecting. And then plus he bought a building for his workshop and hired some new help. So he's got to get that building all insulated and wired up for electricity and get the new people trained. But definitely his communication is tons better than CSIO. And there's now people leading on to a year who have not gotten their shift knobs. Yeah, and there are even rumblings that CSIO has turned off their ticketing system also, so you cannot even contact them. At least through the website, and of course they ignore messages on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I think the next rest area that I find here, we're gonna have to pull over and get ourselves some Z's. Oh yeah, they won't even answer their phone. And that would be up to you, Valerie, to upgrade from your, if you have the tiny garage for one truck, I believe the upgrade to a large garage, or I'm going to call it the medium, where you can store 3 trucks, is roughly, I think, if it's the same as buying it outright, 180,000. Iron Man, thank you for the hosting also. There we go. I am starting to yawn. We've got roughly about an hour or 2 left of driving, so we definitely need a rest area very soon. So did I, Grim. I bought the Corsair, oh, what the heck is this headset? Corsair Vengeance is what I want to say, but I know that's not the name of it. Definitely appreciate it, Iron Man. Alright, looks like hopefully we've got a city coming up here very soon, I think. Maybe, but definitely a rest area is needed. Here we are. We're coming in to Nashville. And from what I saw, there was no rest areas in there, so of course I'm not going to be stopping. Sweet, nice headset. And it looks like on the other side of the exit of this here, we've got a little bit to go, and we should be running across a rest area that I'm gonna have to pull into. Oh, I got the Corsair Void headset is what I picked up. 60 bucks over at Walmart. So I'm not complaining too much. It's not the RGB. I really don't need RGB on my ears. I don't currently. Pretty much on the weekends I stream in the afternoons into the early evenings. During the weekend it's more in the evenings. And we're gonna fuel ourselves up here with some go-go juice, and then we're gonna go park and get ourselves some Z's. Yes, that was a lovely park job, I know. Oh, don't tell me my shifter is screwing up on me again. Yeah, it's not going into the low side, so we're going to get over here and park. Holy moly, Western. And then I'm going to pause the game really quickly, guys. Actually save it from where I'm at, because I do need to unplug my shift knob and then replug it back in since I don't have the low side. We're just going to check here. I guess I don't need to exit. We're good. Alright, so let's back on out of here. So this load is due up at Walmart in Burlington, Friday 8:01 to Saturday 12:11. And here we are, Wednesday afternoon. We definitely have plenty of time as we are currently in Tennessee. We should make it up to easily Pennsylvania before we have to sleep again. And then we get the same old boring trucks all the time, Iron Man. Yes, I do have Coast to Coast and Grim. Got realistic fuel consumption, traffic offenses are on, fatigue simulation is on. We also have air brake simulation. And also have the speed limiter enabled. So even though I'm on a freight market job, the truck is only going to do 65 miles an hour, like most of these trucks do in the real world. And you'll notice if you look on the back side of the truck, there are no stacks. That's because we're using what the drivers call grass burners, or the SRC exhaust, which is underneath the vehicle. is that, Iron Man? A good majority of these trucks these days, company trucks, they do not have stacks on them. It's a large car, not like a Peterbilt. It's not like a 389 or a W900, but yeah, it's a large car. If you see the camera bouncing around like that, I'm just adjusting myself in my chair, as for some odd reason I keep sliding down and not staying put. Might need to get a gaming chair. I should put my Navajo and Steven Transport skin and truck packs that I still have downloaded back in, so we can have a little bit more diversity in the trailers too. Well, there is one skin that I actually want, and it's if you look for just do a search for on Google for T680 Seminole paint job. There will be a couple of skins that will pop up. One that's a red truck with the Seminoles paint scheme on it, and then you'll also see a blue one. And I really, 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 really want that red Seminole paint job for the T680. If I knew how to skin, I would actually try to make it myself. Welcome back. welcome back, Mr. Iron Man. But you're always disappearing and going AFK. Well, hello, Virginia. Oh, it's been snowing here pretty much all day long. And granted, I do not live in Erie, which has gotten like 60 to 70 inches of snow since Christmas Eve. That is a lot of snow. That depends on the company and the specific driver, actually. You can keep all that snow. I don't need it. We've only got maybe 3 or 4 inches on the ground here. That's plenty for me. Well, the C-18s are a lot quieter than the C-15s, Valerie. Plus, it kind of has something to do with the fact that I'm using a SRC Eco exhaust, which is a grass burner, and not having stacks on the back of the sleeper. Now, I am really hoping that Oddfellow releases his 2018 Cascadia. That truck on his Facebook page, if you looked at it, Iron Man, looks absolutely stunning. We are sitting here on Interstate 81. I've actually traveled up and down 81 quite a bit, so I do know this stretch of road quite well back when I was driving. No, just a lower 48. That I am not sure about, Valerie. There are two other map mods that work with Coast to Coast. One is Viva La Mexico, which will give you Mexico, and then there is also Canada Dream, which will give you Canada. Now with Canada Dream, you do not get Alaska, I don't believe. No, not on this one. That's so you guys can basically see the GPS and whatnot. The shift cam, I still don't have a green screen for it yet, and one of these days I will, but in the meantime, for this right now, I do not have the shift cam up. And if you want it up, all I gotta do is pretty much stop the stream for a moment, plug in the camera, and then restart the stream, and that's it. And since this is mostly all interstate, you're just gonna see it sitting in 8th gear. The green screen is so I would be able to remove that green and then have it show like it would be in the game itself. What they use for TVs for the weather and things like that, that's what a green screen does. Iron Man, this is not the Cannonball Run. Exactly, Grim. So what I would do is I would hide the green so actually the game would be able to be shown through, and then have the camera sitting there for the shift cam. Yeah, that's so they can have a camera on them so you can actually see them and whatnot, but my camera is down onto the shifter. Basically the same thing. Yes, I did get fuel when I slept. And it looks like we've used about 3/8 of a tank so far. We've got 5/8 left. When we do stop, again, more than likely I will be filling up with the go-go juice. Oh, it still uses diesel, it's not gas. I do not have that mod in, Valerie. All I have in right now is the Shaffer trucking. I'm gonna be like Kurt Angle and go, oh yes, it's true. It's damn true. Get it very soon, Curly. That's currently on sale for $4.99 from the Steam Workshop. I believe the sale goes to January 4th, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Keck, how's it going? Welcome to the stream today. Happy New Year to you, and thanks for joining us from Russia. I definitely do appreciate the views. No, this is not a Prius. It's not a pummeler like my 389, but definitely not a Prius. You want to drive a Prius? We're just gonna get you a Tesla then, Iron Man. Yeah, that Tesla so does not look like a truck at all. I don't see how they can make a claim the tractor and trailer weighing 80,000 pounds can still go up a 5% grade at 65 miles an hour. That kind of seems very, very unrealistic. No, because not all the companies use PACCAR engines for either the Kenworth or Peterbilts. Exactly, Iron Man, and that would be like eating at the choke and puke. Drivers may want long-nosed vehicles, but these days companies are going for aerodynamic and fuel efficiency. And right now I'm getting 5.5 miles to a gallon, a little bit lower than what a real-life truck is, what they normally get, but it's close. Hey, welcome to my home state of Pennsylvania. I've watched a few of his vids, but not a whole lot of them. real world where we're currently at here on Interstate 81 from pretty much just north of Harrisburg south all the way down to the border. It is a cluster, a complete and total cluster. This intersection right here would be Carlisle, PA, where 81 and 76 split. And what do you know, I just almost missed my turn once again. Exactly, Valerie. There is not a long haul. A Tesla would not work. For your short haul, 300 mile and out and back is where the truck is mainly going to be used at. This is actually a toll road in Pennsylvania, and here we're going on this for free. Yay! No tolls! Wait, I thought that said 76 and that sign back there just said 78. Which one is it? Okay. Alright there, Mr. Owner. How you doing today, Sarge? Well, they're still making cars, actually. The Tesla 3, or their third generation, or whatever, kind of was promised a while ago, and they still haven't released one. Oh, geez, Iron Man. You really need two names in the chat? But yes, I'm making money for Shaffer Trucking, not for Stahl Brothers. Yep, you're out in the cold today. I signed on to Shaffer Trucking for the time being. You need to talk to Iron Man about that. Uh-oh, somebody was a bad boy. welcome to New York. Yes, I said York. How do you tell Bill and Billy apart? We're going to have to find a rest area here again very soon. We're down to 3/8 of a tank of fuel. So once we do come across the rest area, we're going to be filling up again and getting ourselves some sleep. That's a good question, Valerie. The tree huggers don't have anything to do with an SRC exhaust. That's more for the DEF, which is required these days. Emissions fuel or something like that is what it stands for. What it basically does is take the contaminants out of the exhaust, so where the only thing that comes out of the exhaust is water vapor. And much like the exhaust system works on your car, the only thing that comes out of the tailpipe is water vapor or water itself. What the DEF does is that pretty much does the exact same thing as a car, so only water vapor or water is coming out of the exhaust. We are in Connecticut, so we definitely have lots of time to get this load delivered. We just need to find a rest area so we can park for the night. Yeah, rolling coal is not going to happen much anymore. The, oh, holy moly, I just forgot what I was going to say. The EPA actually is putting a block on the, on what they call, what is it? Kind of like a rolling chassis, but it's not. Oh, a glider. The EPA is putting a stop on glider kits. So you won't be able to just throw any engine in anymore. Pretty much here at the end of 2018, you will not be able to get a glider kit anymore. I didn't leave, I'm just on a temporary leave to drive for Shaffer. We're in a big city here. We should be able to hopefully find some place to park for the night. Doesn't look like it. Oh, I'm going to be falling asleep here very soon. I hope there's a service plaza coming up here very soon. Otherwise, might end up crashing. Environmental Protection Agency, and Iron Man, I changed mine through Restream Chat. You might want to click on your little circle icon in the upper right hand corner, and you might be able to change your name. I got 200 miles up to Montpelier. I am not going to make it without passing out. I desperately need a rest area. Factories are already regulated. Most of the factories that you see that have stacks on them, all that's coming out of those stacks is water vapor. I mean, we've got a paper plant here near around where I live. Even though it stinks like crazy, the only thing that comes out of these stacks is water vapor. Welcome to the stream today. I have a Core i7 7700, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and a GTX 1070. What you really need to run the game, though, is my computer is a little bit more extreme than what you need. But basically, you could use a Core i3 or a Ryzen 3, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and like a RX 570, 470, GTX 1050, 1060. Well, I can see why they do it, Valerie, as greenhouse gases is making the planet warmer. So I see there is a reason for regulation. I might be able to make it up to Burlington without passing out, but I don't see that happening here, and there are absolutely no rest areas around. would definitely go something a little bit newer than that one, LeVar. Welcome back, Iron Man. One thing I do want you to take a look at, LeVar, if you click on the Steam Store link down below the video description, go take a look at the minimum required specs. That will give you an idea of what you want around in order to play the game. You will always be Iron Man. About 70 miles left. You guys think I can make it without passing out? We've been going on 2 to 3 hours here with my driver yawning. You might be able to get away with it, LeVar, but your graphics are probably going to be on the lower side. And I would, for you, with that video card, I would definitely recommend not putting any hood mirrors on your vehicles, only using the ones on the cab, and pretty much turning your mirror quality all the way down. How you doing there, Trey? Welcome to the stream this afternoon. That would be a no. Whoop. Here we go. This is what I thought was going to happen. Yep. Almost crashed. And I have absolutely nowhere to pull off. And we are almost up to Burlington, though, so hopefully this should not happen too many times before we get up there. Ah, here we are, right at Burlington. GDDR5 has been a standard for quite a few years. You might be able to get away with that. And the first thing I'm doing is coming up here, going into that rest area there and getting myself some sleep. And of course I cannot stop. Oh, quit dozing. Yeah, we definitely need to turn here and get some sleep. Thank you so much for that subscribe there, Trey. I appreciate it. Alright, there we go. Now we are good to drive some more. Probably tomorrow afternoon. What was up was Coda nearly crashing. How are you doing, Sarge? Perias, hello, how's it going? I'm sorry I had missed your message earlier. This is a Kenworth T680. And we do have the Shaffer Trucking paint scheme on this today. Basically a company truck, so we don't have a whole lot of chrome, not a whole bunch of chicken lights either. What I'm using is 8 mods in one. It's realistic companies. I'm gonna have to get the exact name of it because I don't have it memorized. It's realistic companies and gas stations combined into one. It's like it's 8 mods pretty much all in one. If you give me a moment here, once I get this trailer dropped, I will hop into my mod manager and show you which mod it is that I'm using. So the mod for my company's what I'm using is, let me find it here. I must have went right by it. There it is, real life logos and gas stations. That's available on the Steam Workshop. So we have all the companies that are changed. We've got Texaco, Chevron, BP, and Phillips 66, and a whole bunch of changes. So the Holiday Hotel is now Holiday Inn. We've got the Hollywood sign in LA, and then all the vehicles for the AI. UDS is UPS, Post Zone is FedEx, Post Ed to FedEx, and things like that. If you had posted something, LeVar, that has specs in it, I did not see it. Alright, we've got New Orleans, we've got Nashville on a hot load. And what else do we got here? Nothing. So, where should we go? Nashville or down to New Orleans? I can check other ones here. That's going to Dallas. Basically, that's where we left out of. See if we got anything in Hartford. Nothing. Providence to Vegas. That's a hell of a run. Idaho Falls to Wilmington. That would actually be a nice little run. Just going through some areas here. That's going to Truckee. Don't want to go there. New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Been on that road. We haven't gone through Nashville, but we're gonna go ahead and take this. What is that? 455. That is not gonna work, actually. And that's gonna be a run right up 95. So yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna quick travel down to, and lovely, my game crashed. Give me one moment, guys. Alright, and we're back in. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. And this was just for easy sake, so I can keep the stream going. We just did a quick travel down here to Savannah. We're going to take a trip right up Interstate 95 into Baltimore. Wow, that run from Dallas up to Burlington took an hour and a half. It's like, wow. We're going to do a little bit of adjustment here to the truck. Get rid of that SRC, and then we're going to do an engine change here too. You guys want a loud Jake or what? I can throw the N14, and that Jake is quite loud. Detroit's are alright too. And we're gonna go for the more torque, so we're gonna take the N14. Well, it looks like we're going to have some Smoky Bears up here. But they do have a customer. We got that chopper up in the air, so we definitely know they are stopped. Welcome back, Iron Man. You guys having a good New Year's weekend so far? If you sent specs, did you send them? Where'd you send them to, LeVar? Character limit for chat is like Twitter at 160 characters, so you may need to break down your specs. Basically, all we need to know is what CPU you have, the amount of RAM, and your graphics card. Yeah, I didn't see anything come through with your specs. Can you please post them again? Is that the 1500, 1500X, 1600 or the 1600X. Just so I know what the gigahertz of the processor is. Yep, that's looking good so far. Yeah, you should be alright with that chip. How much RAM do you have? I just need the basic specs, LeVar, your CPU, how much memory, and your video card. RX 560 will get by with this game quite well. You won't be able to play on high settings, but low to mid you will definitely be able to play. With that video card, definitely avoid any mirrors on the hood of your trucks, and keep your mirror resolution at low, your weather quality at low, and you should be around medium on everything else, and you should be alright. No, buy it directly from Steam. It will be a digital download. You don't have to worry about losing the install media or anything like that. And it's probably quite a bit cheaper on Steam than Amazon, as it's $5 right now on the Steam store. you would need to download Steam. So you're just search on Google for Steam, download the installer, make an account if you already don't have one, and then search the store for American Truck Simulator, and you'll be able to add it to your cart and buy it for $5. I believe the website is www.steampowered.com. Yes, Graham, thank you for saying that. Making an account is absolutely free. It does not cost you anything. And in case you want to play other games besides American Truck Simulator, there are free-to-play games also. A couple of the better ones is APB Reloaded and Warframe. That is so true, Grim. And I'm gonna say how many hours I have just in ATS alone. I bought this on Thanksgiving of last year, roughly about 1,025 hours. Can you say what I've been playing quite a bit for the last year? My gameplay really ticked up once I got the T3 PA pedals and the TH8A shifter. And then once I bought the Mega Shifter, it ticked up another level. you were playing with the keyboard and steering wheel, and then, holy moly, Coda. You were just playing with the keyboard for a while, and then you got a steering wheel, right, Grim? Yes, I do, LeVar, and this is called Coast to Coast, and you can download it from the SCS forums. Just do a Google search for SCS forums. You don't need an account to even browse through the forums, and then search for Coast to Coast. Once I started playing this, when I first bought it, I used a keyboard and mouse for the game for steering. Well, more keyboard than mouse. 2 weeks later, I bought a steering wheel, and then literally, once I got the steering wheel, it totally changed the game for me, and here I am, quite addicted. Yeah, needless to say, it was interesting going down the highway at 80 miles an hour trying to steer your truck with a keyboard. When is this load due? 6 p.m. Friday. And how far are we from Baltimore? 78 miles. Yeah, we're definitely going to get there quite easily. The only thing that I really want now is a sim seat with a butt rumbler, so I can actually feel like the motion and things like that in the truck. That's the only thing that I want, but that's like $1,000 that we're talking about, and I do not have that kind of money. It's been talked about trying for SCS to make this and Euro Truck for consoles, but nothing ever came out of it. They would have to hire a whole nother development team in order to get this all transferred over for consoles, and I'm believing the cost on that for them is not cost effective at the moment. I don't believe the game engine that they use is compatible with Xbox or PS4. this is the same game engine that they use since they started out with the trucking series. So you're going back to 18 Wheels of Steel, Hard Truck, and things like that. German Truck Simulator, Scania Truck Simulator. It's the exact same game engine. They are trying to get a new engine to where they can support DX11 and 12, and possibly what is it for AMD Vulcan, but there's been no discussion. There's nothing been heard of that as of lately. Oh, I bought it back in the day too. Yeah, and it's a blind side back too, which makes it all the more worse. Oh, I definitely agree with you, LeVar. They would make more money if it was on consoles. Oh, that is one long-ass run down to Houston. Hey, Wombly, how is it going? Alright, guys, but I just looked at the time. It is 5:30. I actually do need to get some dinner. I am going to take this load down to Houston. Not at this time, though, but I am going to go ahead. I do got the load selected. I'm going to save the game. So the next stream will be a continuation of this one to where we get another hot load from Baltimore all the way down to Houston. Alright, but for the time being, guys, I do want to thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your Saturdays. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes also. We will see you on the flippity flop.